Hello and welcome back to our Dominions 5 Let's Play Poorly. This is our derptorial. And here in our third episode of the derptorial, we're actually going to do things. How about that? Isn't that cool? We're going to start actually doing stuff. Okay, Clodomir, my dude, you're my sneaker guy. You can tell he's a sneaker guy because he's hiding. And you know that he can hide because you can actually tell him to. So if I have him on defend here, I can set it to hide. Boom! He can hide. So, what's he going to do? He is going to go and check out some shit out here. So, these, when you're selected in a province, remember, right-click to select a province. Boom, 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 boom. Wow, that's cool. Okay, so you select a province. These yellow lines means you can kind of move straight over, no problem. Blue means it's a river, or in this case, it's an ocean space. So, only water units can traverse water space. And only maybe flying units, and maybe there's mountain units, I don't know for sure, can traverse these mountain spaces with the red dots. So you just be aware where your terrain is, right? So if I look up close here, you can see I've got water along here. If I click here, you can see, well, there's a bridge. I can go over that bridge, no problem. Guys can walk over bridges. But oh no, over here there's a river. So only the water dudes can go over that. Well, how's Clodomir doing? He's my dude. So I'm going to have him, you know what? Here's the cool thing. Can I make him go here? So I'm going to have him move to here to here. Now, if you recall, was it here that I did this? Game settings? No. Was it preferences? Yes. Multi-turn movement was turned on. You can turn it on, turn it off. It's up to you. You can turn it on, turn it off at any time. So Clodomir, I was here and I left click. Remember, right click to select a province, left click to act on a province. Select Clodomir, left click, and then I left clicked here. Because he can't go over this mountain, he's going to go here next turn, and then the turn after that he's going to go here. The reason I want to go into Giant's Rest is because there's a throne there. I want to see what's going on over here, so maybe I can take the throne. Because I need to do that in order to win the game. I need to get 3 of these guys. And there's one here, and the other one is over here. And this is a very small map. It's going to be very cramped because it's just me and one other dude. All right. So, he's sneaking. Now it says sneak, so that's his job. This guy's going to become a prophet. This guy's going to research. And we're going to end our turn right there. Kapow. Boom, 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 boom. A bunch of stuff happened. Messages at the beginning of the turn. Proclamation from Ulm. Hilderic, the commander of Ulm, shall hereby be known as the Prophet of Regin, Master of Magma. Magma, Prince of Bricks. That is a kind of a weirdly badass and not badass name. Would not want to be known as the Prince of Bricks, but alright, I guess we're the Prince of Bricks. Okay, so now that he is now, in fact, the Prophet, you can see he's got some new icons up here. Let's right-click on Hilderic. He's a priest, level 3. That's new. And he's blessed. Now, if you recall about our god, what is the key for that? Oh, there's a key for that. Where is it? Let's look at our hotkeys. Da, 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 da. Nation overview, maybe? Is that what I want? No, that's not what I want. 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 What am I looking for? Oh, yeah, that's what I want. Temple and Dominion. Oh, you can click on your temple. Current bless effects. Here we go. Morale +1, reinvigoration +1, strength +2, and death explosion. So when a guy is sacred and he has been actively blessed by somebody on the battlefield, he will get these things. So, since he is both a priest and he can bless, he is blessed himself, he can bless sacred units and make them explode when they die. Yay, no one wants to be in his army. That's gross. Okay. So, now that he is the prophet, he resets to defend now that he's become the prophet. If I click here, now, because he's the prophet, he can preach the teachings of God. And that will expand dominion around the area. It kind of gives me a little bit more push, a little bit more influence by preaching. Regin does it automatically. Hilderic will do it if he preaches. I can also empower him, spend some gems to give him levels of magical ability. He's at level 0 for everything right now. But if I had enough gems, I could boost him up and give him the ability to do certain spells. Regin can research. He is currently researching. I have him set to research, and we can see over here, under the research, that he has added 24 points based on his level, as we saw over here, 24 research ability. It popped 24 points into here. There's only 26 left to go to get to construction level 1. It takes 50 RP to get to level 1 for these guys. You can see 100 RP to get to level 2. So this guy only needs 26 more points to get there. Okay. Now, Hilderic, I'm going to have him... Well, I'll probably not have him preach the teachings. I'm going to have him move, but it'll be a minute. So for right now, I'm going to go and look at Regin. We're going to switch out of research for the moment, probably, just so well, not necessarily permanently in this turn, but just so you can see what these things are. Because he is a mage, you can see he's got all these abilities up here. He's fire and earth. He is level 5 in fire, level 5 in earth. He can cast ritual spells. And you can see on the bottom, ritual spells are powerful spells that require a full month to complete, and often a huge amount of magic gems is required as well. Summon Cave Grubs is a level 1 earth spell. It takes 6 earth gems to do, but then it adds cave grubs to this province, and then they can be added to an army. If I right-click on the spell, it's a ritual. It has 5 or more effects, meaning it makes 5 or more guys, I think. Takes 6 earth gems. It summons cave grubs, but it can only be cast in caves, which is why it's grayed out. I can't do it. It's unable to cast this spell right now. I have to go find a cave in order to do that. And caves do pop up on maps. They are big black circles with stuff in them. I don't see any on the map at the moment. And I don't know, maybe caves are always visible on the map. I'm not 100% sure about that. Again, I haven't played more than about 10 hours, so I know how to play. I don't know everything about the game, so that's why this is a derptorial. I can also forge a magic item. Right now, we can only do trinkets, and we know we can only do trinkets because, again, everything's connected. We go to research, look at construction. Level 0, construction of magic trinkets. We won't be able to do anything else until level 2. We are level 0. So, what are trinkets? What are magic magic items? These are the types. We've got single-handed weapons, double weapons, shields, helmets, armors, boots, and miscellaneous thingamajiggies. And right now we can only make trinkets, and then as we get better, it'll list them below and below and below. We can make fire sword, black steel sword, black steel tower shield, black steel kite shield, black steel helmet, and so on. If you right-click, it'll tell you takes 5 fire gems to make. So I would need 5 fire gems to make that. Do I have any fire gems? I do not. So I can't make that. This black steel sword takes 5 earth gems. I could do that. The item cost is reduced for Ulm because I am Ulm and this is kind of my thing. Here are the weapon stats. It does slashing damage and magic damage. That's what these 2 icons mean. You can see down at the bottom, that's what it says. And it's the damage value of 9. Attack value of 2 is added to the attack skill, and defense value of 2 added to the defense skill. It's got a length of 1, and there's the flavor text. Now, if we want to know whether it's worth it to make that or not, let's take a look at Hilderic. Let's right-click on him. He's got a hammer. We right-click on the hammer. His damage is blunt and piercing, 7 points. No attack bonus. He's got a defense penalty, length of 1. Regin has a quarterstaff, damage blunt 3, attack 1 bonus, defense 3 bonus, length 3. The damage here, this damage value, is impacted by strength and some other things, I think, that get calculated into this. But if you just right-click on the weapon, you'll see what the weapon itself provides, is this level 3 damage. Now, if I right-click over on my spy guy, we can see this little eyeball here. My spy is, remember last turn, moved him down here. What does he have? Oops, that's not what I want. He has a broadsword that does 6 slashing, attack bonus 1, defense bonus 1, length of 1, and it's made of iron. Iron equipment can get rusty from certain spell effects and from being underwater. They also deal extra damage to creatures that are vulnerable to iron. That's good to know. So right now, given my matrix of like what kind of guys I've got and what weapons they have as default, this trinket I can't make. This trinket does a fair amount of damage, and it does slashing and magic damage at 9. Maybe I give it to this guy. I don't know. Blunt and piercing. Or no, maybe I give it to this guy. Damage blunt 3. No, I don't think I give it to that guy. No. Maybe it's going to have to go to Clodomir. Damage 6. Yes. I think it'll go to Clodomir if I can get it to him. Because now, remember, in order to pick up a magic item, you have to be in a place that has a lab. This place has a lab. This one, which doesn't belong to me, does not have a lab. But let's go ahead and make this magic item. This black steel sword. Now, obviously, I could look at all of these as well, but we're not doing that right now. We're just going to make this because I like shiny things. So we're going to click on that. Now he's forging the black steel sword. And Hilderic is defending. Now that we've done that, let's take a look at what else is going on in the map here. Remember, this is turn 2, late spring in the year 0. We know a little bit more about the area around us because our spy is going around. This area here, if I right click, it gives me the info up here. If I'm over here and I just sort of hover over this, it tells me a little bit, but I'd have to stay hovered. So I'm just going to click here and read this. The province contains about 40 enemy units. The army consists of mainly militias, light cavalries, and heavy cavalries. Okay, and you can kind of tell that's what they look like, horses and dudes. Kun Aral contains 50 units, horse tribe cavalries. The Bountiful Land has 30 enemy units. The army appears to be commanded by Finbal the Commander. Giant's Rest has 20 enemy units. What do we have? Oh, let's look at our army setup. We've got... shit. We've got 16. Now, we do have this guy who can fire shit out of his fingers and stuff, but he's making our sword, so I'm not going to move him right now with Hilderic. He's got to finish making his freaking sword. So I think I don't want to move it. We're a little bit boxed in right now, right? But what we should do is recruit some units. So what are we going to do next? We're going to probably go down here. 30 units. Militias, light infantries, heavy infantries. They're commanded by Finbal the Commander. I don't know what is good against what. I'm sure there is a way to know, like a way to learn that information. Like if you're going after infantry, we got, hit points is lowish, strength is low, protection is 19, whatever that means, right? Defense skill. So this is about what we can expect probably these guys are like. These militias, light infantries, and heavy infantries. Maybe a little bit worse than our regular infantry. Now we've also got Black Knights that we could hire, or we could recruit. They have a much higher strength, much better protection. They've got a few more hit points. They're just better overall. They're more expensive, means they're more skillful, and they have higher resources, which means that they've got more armor. So these guys are probably a good job against the infantry and so forth. So let's actually take a look also at what we have right now. If we right-click on a guy, Yeah, infantry of Ulm, from Ulm. So it's about what we were saying before, right? These guys, these battle axes, and then we got these pikeneers, who are about the same, right? They've got good attack skill, decent stuff, right? They're vulnerable to magic apparently, but they got these pikes, which is very long. Now, weapon length is useful, I would imagine, because it probably helps them stay away from their enemies. They probably will, again, I don't know for sure, again, I didn't read the manual, but my guess is they will do damage before anybody with a shorter length weapon, right? So let's take a look at these Black Knights. They have a lance of length 3, morning star of 1, hoof of 0. So they have to be right on top of you to smack you down with their hooves. All right. So I like these Black Knights. I want maybe put some guys in here. So it costs 45, 68 resources, and 46 recruitment points. We've got gold and resources. I can't quite do 2 of them, right? Because that would be over 120. So maybe I'll do one of these guys. Now I have 52 resources left. Do I want another pikeneer? This pikeneer, and then we've got a black plate pikeneer. They must be different somehow. Yeah, different weapon, different armors, right? So they've probably got a higher level of protection. Yeah, protection 19 on these other guys, and 23 on these guys. But their defense skill is lower because their armor has a worse defense penalty. But I like these guys, but maybe we mix up a little bit. Let's take a look. We got some crossbowmen. Ah, that's what we don't have. We don't have any ranged guys. So this one takes 10 gold, 28 resources, and 9 recruitment points. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take off this guy, and I'm just going to go ham on the crossbows. There we go. I've got 4 crossbow guys now. Again, don't know if this is a good idea. I'm just going to do it. So that is now going to be recruited for next turn. And then next turn, I'll go ahead and add them in to Hilderic here. So I'm going to have him preach. And now let's go ahead and end the turn. Move on from here. Okay, so notice last time we had set the spy to move here and then here, and then at the end of that last turn, this line was dark gray, which meant that it was the move that he was going to make at the end of the turn. So you hit end turn, and now boom, there he is. Here's our little spy. He is hanging out in here. This got 20 enemy units and so on. He's still hiding. Now we've got some new recruits that we can put into the army. Let's go ahead and double click to take all of these crossbowmen. Now I can put together 3 squads. So I'm going to click here on Hilderic to get them in this 3rd squad. Alternatively, I could keep them in a garrison, or I can join them to an existing squad. But I don't want to do that. I actually want them down in their own separate squad, because I want to go into this little green field here. You know, actually, let me do it this way so it's clearer. Right. So when you do it straight away, you don't get the battle orders. If you put him here and then move him, he'll pick up the orders that he had in the previous squad. So I'm going to have him fire and keep distance. And now we saw that the guys down in this zone here were mostly infantry and so forth. So we don't have to worry about cavalry and archers, flyers, or enemy monsters. We're just going to go at closest enemy. Okay. Now we're going to exit that. Now Regin is at defend because he made that magic item. There it is. I can give this sword to somebody any commander that's in a square in a province that has a lab. But I don't want to give it to any of these guys. I want to give it to my my spy. Now, that is probably, honestly, a dumb idea, because I'm never really going to have this guy fight. But for the purposes of the example, I do want to give that trinket to someone who's actually going to be able to, who would be able to take advantage of it because it's better than what he's got, than giving it to somebody who is not going to be able to take advantage of it because he's already got something that's kind of better-ish. But you know what? How about we YOLO this and just go ahead and give it to him? Because Hilderic, I mean, it's not crazy better, right? It does blunt and pierce and damage value 7, attack, and then, you know, it's okay. The difference is less, but it is still a difference, right? It's not as drastic as the spy guy. Let's go ahead and give it to him. So we're going to click, click, done. Now he's got the trinket here in his hand, black steel sword, black steel sword. Now look at what he's got. Damage of slashing and magic, level 9, or, you know, 9 damage points or whatever. His attack skill bonus is 2, defense bonus is 2, length is 2, or length is 1, and now he does 25 damage. I could take this off and put it in the lab. You can see, drops down to 23, changes the damage types. Boom. There we go. Okay. So now Regine is done with what he was doing, and I do want to come down here and try to take out these guys. Are we going to die? Are we going to fail? I think we might, so maybe we don't do it just yet. Maybe we need to spend one more turn. Let me go put this guy in research. Recruit some more. Now, do I want to recruit a commander? Maybe I do. Maybe I want to recruit a guy who can actually fight. I could recruit a smith or a black acolyte or a master mason. Now, so this guy here, he's got a research ability of 11. He's got decent leadership for regular units and magic units. Well, that's not decent, but it exists, which is better than I can say for that other guy. Or this master mason. He has a siege bonus, castle defense bonus, and he's a mason. They're able to construct more advanced forts than ordinary commanders, which will be important down the road. We'll have to bring these guys. If we buy this guy, we'll have to bring him with us and bring him into places where we're going to build new stuff. But I want a fighter. I want a dude that can kill things. So let's grab this Black Lord. Yeah, Black Lord. Very metal. And let's see. Do I want to put anything else along with him? What can he do? He has a leadership of 80. I'd kind of want to put Black Knights with him. So I'm going to put one here. It lacks 16 resources, so next turn it'll be able to fill it up. So we're just going to do that. And now we've got our Clodomir guy. Can he get up there? Probably not. No, he cannot get up to Imektan. So this throne is going to be a bit of a toughie to get to. That's okay. But let's look at this. Notice in Giant's Rest, there is a magic site. The arena. This brings in 25 gold per turn. So if I can take this, then I will get 25 gold in my income per turn. That's not bad. But unfortunately, I thought this was all one zone, but it is not. It is in fact 2 zones, and that's going to be difficult to get to. So we're going to take this guy, Clodomir, and we're going to send him down to Silvermark. So we're going to left click, and then this turn he'll go here, next turn he'll go there. All right. We're researching, we're preaching. Let's go ahead. Oh, looks like there's a proclamation from the other guy, my enemy. They've created a prophet. Okay. Here's Folka. Folka. Who are you? You are the guy I just bought. He's got the lance and the morning star and the hoof. Nice. Army setup. We're going to set his battle orders to attack. Of course you are. And we're going to have him attack enemy cavalry if we can, but there aren't any cavalry down there. I don't think so. We should be all right. He's not commanding anybody right now because we're still... Nope, wrong button. Waiting to recruit this guy. He'll get recruited this turn. And now let's also recruit another one. And then let's maybe get one more crossbowman. Nice. Okay. He's still preaching. He's still researching. What can this guy do? He can empower. He can patrol. He can pillage. Don't want to pillage my own area. He could empower if I had enough gems, but I don't. I only have 16 earth. So by empowering him, he'd become a mage. He'd be able to do magic stuff. Same thing with this guy. If I wanted to empower him, I'd have to use gems for that. And then for this guy, if I wanted to empower him, I could use gems for that. But he's already Earth 5 and Fire 5, so it would cost a lot more to get there. Well, it only costs 90 because he's the god, so, you know, he gets special privileges. What am I going to have him do? I was having him research. I can't summon cave grubs. Alchemy lets me convert gems from astral pearls to other gems and vice versa. But I don't really need to do that right now. So we'll just keep him on research. Keep Hilderic preaching. I'll have Foki patrol the province, I guess. Whatever. And end the turn. Research and construction is completed. So that means now that we are at level 1, we can make corpsemen. But we need air. We need air gems, which we don't have. So we still can't do anything with that. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We're all fine here. Down here with the spy, we've got Silvermark. 20 enemy units. That would be pretty decent, actually. I'd like to take that. Easy to take that. Well, all right. So we've got this guy in patrol. I'm gonna move him to defend just so I don't forget. And oh yeah, we got our army. We've got these two horsies. The horsies are going over to the horsey guy, and this crossbowman is going over here. We've got 2 units and 21 units. That's a total of 23 units across 3 commanders. This guy has 40 units, militias, light infantries, and heavy infantries. That's 20 units of horse tribe cavalry. 50 units, that's got cavalry in it. I feel like next turn we're going to go ahead and attack the Bountiful Land because it's about time we did something. So let's go ahead and just recruit one more run. Let's get some infantry. I want to see if I can get somebody cheap. My limiting factor right now is resources. And the resources come from the province. What the province is capable of producing in resources as well as recruitment. So different provinces will give you different numbers, and you can recruit from different provinces depending on what's available to you. So let's find the cheapest dudes. I think that, I mean, other than the war dogs. The war dogs are they're troubles. This infantry guy. Let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. Boom. And then I'm going to end the turn, and then end the episode. And when we come back, we're going to try to kick some ass. Oh no, commanders are doing nothing. Defend, and then this guy is just chilling there. But that's fine. We don't mind. So yes, let's end the turn. And there we are. When we come back, we will fight somebody, maybe? We'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. See you next time.